There we go, everybody. Can everybody hear me? Mm, Still waiting. All right. There we go. Welcome, everybody. What's up, Hot Rod? What's up, Tony? Let me know if you guys can hear me. I'm good. All right. I hope you guys are good. I just came back from riding. I tried out my new helmet, and it is freaking hot out here. I'm still pretty hot. So today will be all question answers about EVO 2 Pro, whoever will show up. Hopefully, we get a few people with a few questions. Let's hope that we can answer them all. You do have a question for me. All right. What's up, Castis? New York, loud and clear. All right. Oh, all the way to the East Coast, my man. Shoot, Hot Rod. Let me know what it is. I have a problem with early morning shots in the sun. I like to use the auto. I have a lens flare that is a dot. Have you seen that on yours? No, I haven't seen a dot. I have a lens flare. It goes sort of um through the picture, but it's not really like that. It's just a dot. You can tell it's a lens flare, and our sun is freaking bright. I tell you that, especially early in the morning. I just did a shoot yesterday morning, actually, for a matter of fact, for like 45 minutes straight into the sun. And I usually prefer to use auto if I don't want to blind in whatever's in the foreground and the bottom, like if I don't care about the houses and all that stuff. There are, on the other hand, ND filters coming out. So I pre-ordered already the ND filters that came out with original double Ken. So yeah, lens flare purposely. Sometimes I do look into the sun. If I do, then I utilize the auto function because you can't crank down the ISO. You can't crank down the aperture down to like 11. It just looks like crap. So I'm waiting for those ND filters really hard. So his one is more of a dot. All right, what's up, Julio? All right, what else do we have here? I have a lens flare, and are you worried about the weather coming your way? Yes, we have a hurricane scheduled. Hurricane Douglas supposed to be here on Sunday. I'm not really worried. Like, to be honest, I mean, we've survived Isel, and on this side of the island, we're kind of used to heavy winds and rain, and once in a while. So a hurricane, I don't know. I'm probably never hit me hard enough yet. Let's presume those will fix it. Yeah, try the auto mode, Hot Rod. Could you please demonstrate how to put the camera cover back? Oh, all right. So what I do is I usually fold up my propellers. I close up all these legs, and then once all the legs are closed, you actually have the option to open the back once again. And then I usually turn it over just like this because the drone is upside down. So this part of the camera usually it when you have it the other way around, she like to pull downwards. See that? That's it. Done. Done deal. I put her upside down. So after that, you can just close these, and that's it. Family's good, Julio. Family's good, my man. You most times in auto mode, hot rod. Okay. Yeah, auto mode for now is really great. It has issues with the black and all that stuff. Sometimes it blinds out whatever is dark, and it's like really unusable. And if you wanted to use any of that, it's really bad. But if you just want to focus on the sunset or the sunrise or anything bright light coming towards you, auto function is pretty good. The camera is pretty decent in doing it. Problem with that is though, it cranks up the shutter speed or it lowers the shutter speed so far. Sometimes you get kind of choppy footage, yeah. So you're supposed to stay with the shutter speed at least twice the amount of your aperture. And I mean, you know, So it's kind of like, I mean, of your FPS. My bad. Exactly. Yeah, I'm telling you, Ken. What's up, everybody? Jeez, this room is getting full. I did not expect this. This is great. Hi, everybody. So, yeah, that's exactly the way that I replaced this. I found it out due to accident because when I tried it the first couple times, and I was just like everybody else after having the cap off, and the camera faces downwards, and you try to get it in there, and then the camera moves up, and she moves down, and she looks into the cover. So I'll just turn this sucker upside down. I go like this inside there. The key is to have these two round things left and right to just slide into your cap. Once they slide into your cap, you're pretty much good. That's it. Done. I have no problems doing that at all. Like I got so used to it already that okay, what we have? Auto 4. Yes, in pictures great. Video is low light in auto. Yeah, the light, the dark stuff comes really dark. What's up, JR? From Florida. Hope everyone is good and healthy. Yeah, so far everybody is good and healthy. We all good. Even though the hurricane is coming, but we have a generator. I'm gonna strap down everything pretty much, and actually, I'm not really worried. First time I ever managed to put the cover back. That's bad. That's really bad. You need this cover. I utilize that cover all the time. Besides this case, I have a. This is one of those cheapo bags, the one that is given to you if you buy like a camera. So, and I had it laying around for a long time. And the funny part is, um, that this sucker fits like perfectly in there, just like that. So now with the cover and stuff, she's nicely tucked in, and I have no issues with it. Sometimes I put a battery in here, and then I have it like this. That part is the controller doesn't fit anywhere, but I ordered those stick protectors, and I'm gonna make a video about accessories too. So accessories will be shown off too at some point, just like I did with the Parrot Anafi accessory video, and it was a pretty good success. A lot of people send me messages. But if you have a small bag like this, I always prefer to have the gimbal cover because with the vibration or moving around or if it falls down, you want to have this gimbal covered. These gimbals ain't cheap. I think I've seen the 6K gimbal cost like about 700 bucks, 800 bucks. It's almost like a new drone. So, what else do we have here in the comments? Let's check it out. You use the beta version. What are good EXP settings? I don't use beta versions simply because I had a really bad experience back then. I downloaded a beta version for a different drone through a different company. It's I think it was the first Paradigm Alpha, and I downloaded the beta. And I was told afterwards, after crashing it, because the beta, I had to fly away. She just started flying and she went into the ocean and she just kept going. And she never returned. And they told me that it was, I told them to say, hey, I said, it was one of your beta versions. I tried it out. They said because it's in the fine print somewhere in the bottom that if you utilize beta versions, you void the warranty. So I do check them out once in a while, but I don't trust them at all. And with this drone, $2,500, nah, not really. I'd rather leave the beta up to other people who been given this drone, who's been sent the drone, a lot of influencers, they can review the betas. I'm cool with that. I'll just try to do the next version that is available for everybody else to see what's going on, and as long as it's on the market and stuff. I did try download the beta version. I reset back to 2.33 because I had issues with the smart orbit. So try to engage the smart orbit, and you have to draw a square around the subject. And when I tried to do it, she almost crashed into the bushes because she wouldn't stop. I was unable to go back and forth with the controller stick, and she wouldn't stop. So, beta version is not a no. It's a no go for me. All right, what else? First time ever I managed to put it on. Have you played with the braking adjustment with the new update yet? I did, and it's sort of. I mean, don't get me wrong. If you leave it as standard and you go in ludicrous mode, she breaks like literally like she goes into this stall mode, and then if you go with dual stabilization, she slows down dramatically less than going braking. So there's like a curve that you can put in. It's for cinematic shots. The thing that about cinematic shots though is that cinematic shots nowadays is not about flying high anymore. Cinematic shots is about being close to an object and coming through something, having certain things in there that you can have going through the screen as well. It makes it more it makes it more look interesting. So dual stabilization is a no-go in there because you're already in precision mode. And you're trying to go slow because your shot tries to be as precise as possible. So while you stay going slow already, there's not really much room for a curve. So I'm not like I said, it's good if you want to fly fast and stuff. This drone is not made for that. This drone is more you try to get the pictures of properties, you try to film for weddings and all that stuff. So braking is not necessarily really a big issue. What was a big issue was the sensitivity of the sticks, and that adjustment was necessary because sometimes when you go like this and it goes really fast, and then sometimes when you slightly move it, then nothing happens until you reach a certain point. So I think they did a good job on that. What is the highest altitude you tried? 2,625 feet. To be honest, I totally violated all the FAA rules right there. Totally admit to that right now. 2,625 feet I tried. I went into the clouds. It is actually in the video of the June, July. You're going to see me going up into the clouds. So that was the 2,625 foot altitude. The reason why I'm doing it only right now is because we have COVID-19. So we don't have any touring helicopters going around. And I was looking at flight routes and stuff. Of course, it doesn't prevent any military helicopters or planes or whatever. But in the area that I was in that area, I think we barely have any air traffic at all. So that's the reason why I went there. And I just went for try it out. I went up, tried it out, did a little shot, boom, and I came back down to 399. So 2,625 feet is the highest that I've ever flown because that's the limitation of this drone. Next one, get rid of the low video signal meshes so often. You got rid of it? Yeah, that low video signal, I don't know. It's pretty much because of these antennas. I think they're just not sufficient enough. I've seen a lot of guys. There's something online. It looks weird. It looks like I don't know. You guys have power drills. We get the bits inserted like one of those strips with all the different bits. It looks like that you slide it onto this antenna, and apparently it enhances the signal dramatically, way better than just these things. What it happens to me is if I have low video signal or low GPS, I'll just try turn a little bit, and then sometimes I move the antennas up or down, and I just try to play around with it a little bit and see if it works out. Have you noticed that there are no controllers available anywhere? I wonder if they're working on a new one. I'm hoping so. I'm surely hoping so because this thing, I mean, yeah, it looks pretty cool and stuff, but I just don't like this. The first time I unfolded these, because I never had an EVO 1, so I thought that these actually open up wider, like longer. And then I realized they're just going like this. So they're kind of like flimsy, and my hands are big. So the rest of the controller looks nice. I really like it, but I sure hope that they're going to bring out one smart controller. And I have, yeah. Well, probably because I never had to look for a controller. So, but I have never really realized that there are no controllers out there. I mean, it's a brand new drone and they're still filling up back orders. So that might be another reason why. What else do we have here? You use manual or dual stability more often? I use manual. I like manual better. I'm a precision mode kind of freak. Um, Manual is better because I have more control. Plus, I have the choice given. I usually stay in the regular mode, which is like 11 miles per hour, and then I switch over to precision mode. And from precision mode, I go and I'll just put it down to like 2 miles per hour, 4 miles per hour max, 5 miles per hour, because I sometimes walk behind my drone too when I do those shots to go in between objects, just to make sure that I don't have no hiccups or if something goes wrong or if she goes into ADI mode or whatever. So yeah, I'm a big manual fan, pretty much. What else do we have here? We have JR. Do you know if Autel will add 5 megahertz? I sent them a message and I told them about it and I asked them if there's a possibility in it. They haven't answered me yet. How's that? So I'm not sure if they are holding it as a secret, if they're trying to get something done. I sure hope so because 5 megahertz is way better than 2.4. And oh, it was bad. Damn. See, those are the things that can happen. So don't stand it up. See, another thing we learned: don't stand it up on antennas. Yes, you're welcome, Cactus. You're welcome. I meet Ken from Origin Door with YouTube today. You did? You got so lucky. I never had to meet Ken yet. I think he's super cool. Yeah, that's a big wow. Sold out at Autel's site too. Yeah, so I guess I don't know. I wonder if it's because they're still doing the backfill of the orders. Yeah. Yes, handle awfully small. Yeah, they are. Like I don't think that they realize that there's big people out there. I think they have all these small Japanese guys trying them out for them. JR, would be excellent if we can set up all bottom in the control. What? Can set up all bottom in the control and add the zoom without touching the app. Oh yeah, well, true. You have to like pinch the screen or go into manual in order for zoom. That would be great because I think Anafi had that with that switch right here. My control, yeah, yeah, it did. It had that with that switch controller right here where you could zoom in, zoom out. That was pretty cool. And the only bad part is they have the gimbal movement right here on the left, and which is like that spring loaded button, and this one is just like a mouse button that goes down like this. So it's gonna be kind of hard unless yeah, this one doesn't have a push in function either. But this one has like this push in version, so it would be pretty cool if they could change the programming a little bit. So when you push it in one time while the app is connected, you're gonna be able to zoom just going up and rolling down. That would be pretty cool. 5 megahertz have less range though. Yeah, but in urban areas they're gonna be way stronger the signal, I believe. I think so because 5 megahertz, I think it's a better, stronger signal for urban areas, and a lot of people are trying to fly it around certain buildings that they wanna film. Yeah, so back orders could be because chargers are sold out at the moment too. No, I found this one for $100 on Amazon. They have plenty. They had like 17 in stock, I think. Yeah, they had like 17 of these. So unless it's the regular charger you're talking about, because these hub chargers they cost like $100, and then they get the green and the blue light. So you guys all know what that is all about, right? Smooth zoom with buttons would be great. Yeah, yeah, smooth zoom different with this mouse roller thingy though, because it has steps there when you roll it. So we just have to wait for some pilots to lose their drones. Then there will be used controllers for sale. That is so bad, Tony. That is like really bad. I mean, yeah, I guarantee there's people who's gonna lose. And I've seen a lot of guys online already that had issues with their drones falling out of the sky and stuff. But I think they're still doing their warranty thing, so I don't know. Some guys that I realize when I watch them and I hear them and I listen to them and I read their stuff on Facebook and stuff, and I'm thinking to myself, brother, what did you do with your drone? So please don't blame it on the company right now because I think you messed it up. But then there's some that show flight data and it's really weird. They were like up there and then they just slightly went up from like 20 feet and it went up to 60 feet and then all of a sudden boom, gone, done. So that's weird, man. So that I don't know if it might be that arm thing. I don't know. I have no idea. I always ask myself why they made it as a split arm instead of having one solid carbon fiber piece where you could just literally screw this motor in. Because if you wanted to push wires through this stuff or spring loaded or whatever the hell you do, you could have one solid piece. You can fiddle it through. You know what I mean? I mean, Japanese have small hands, don't they? Okay, where am I? I'm lost right now. Any features you'd like to see added through firmware updates? Yeah, that zoom thing is a pretty good one. I would like to see presets. Presets where I program my drone to fly in a certain way that I can just switch over. So it would be great if you have an extra bar added on the top and you just press that on your app and you just press this one. This is your, like Paradanafi had it, where you had the sport mode, and then you had the cinematic mode, then you have the slow mode and the fast mode and all that stuff. So I would just like to see like 3 buttons added on to the app itself. We're gonna be able to set a preset, and then you say, okay, I would like this one is my preset for cinematic shots. This one is my preset to get fast to a point, which is super ludicrous and 45. Everything is maxed out. Ferrari mode, whatever you call it. And then one is like a medium mode where I'm gonna be medium heights around buildings, but with obstacle avoidance so that I don't bang into poles and stuff like that. So like added on presets, that would be great. Like I'd love that. Where am I? You guys are writing too fast. Well, I'm talking too much. One of the two. Any features you like? Okay, we win. Are you gonna try any filter for the Evo anytime? I pre-ordered it and it said that it takes 3 to 4 weeks. So I seen Ken's video on Original Dobo. If you haven't seen it yet, go check it out. It's amazing. Like he has those prototypes, and the prototypes are pretty much just like regular ND filters. The only thing they're gonna change is that they're gonna brand it. They're gonna put their name on top. And Ken did a really good review on that, and I really like the outcome. And I'm totally looking forward to it. And he mentioned it inside there too that the shutter speed determines a lot of times how much hesitation or jerks you have inside of your video, and those ND filters going to help. They're gonna be great. So I ordered them. There's like 120 bucks or whatever, but hey, it's gonna be worth it, man. You still gotta explain it to the wife somehow. I haven't said nothing yet. Ken signed a shirt purchased at his website. What? He signed what? You get a signed shirt from Ken? Ken is one of my idols. If you haven't checked out Original Double yet, I mean, guarantee. But if you haven't so, please do so. He's a cool guy. Plus, there's no BS around his videos either. And he's a huge influencer, but he's not, like, he's really true to the game, man. I like that. Quickly explain blue and green. What he said last time. Oh, okay. Blue and green. Here we are. Chargers. If it's in green mode and you are having 4 batteries on this sucker, they fit like 4 batteries. These ones are all charged. I always keep my batteries charged because I'm always ready to fly. So they won't really start up anything. But if you have these 4 batteries hooked up, oh, this one is charging. What happened? Yeah, I'm gonna explain the discharging of the batteries too. So there's a discharge function in the settings menu too. And then so once you get all 4 of these batteries on there, and let's say you've been flying, and you depleted all 4 of your batteries, or you depleted 3, and you was halfway through your 4th battery in the flight. In the green mode itself, it charges each battery single, starting with the highest charged battery. No, yeah, with the highest charged battery. So any battery that is lower or whatever, so that way it gives you a quicker response to go back with that battery to go back flying while the other ones are charging up. If you switch it into blue mode, then it's called parallel charging, starting with the lowest battery. So the lowest battery would be this one, and it has, let's say, 20%. It charges up to 40%, which is this battery, which is the second lowest, and then both of them charge at the same time to go up to a higher level until they're fully charged. With 4 batteries, I've seen all 3 batteries at some time charging up together, because once this 20% went to 40% and this 40% went to the 60%, and then boom, all 3 was starting up until it reached the 88% that this one was, and then all 4 was charging at the same time. So that's the blue mode, which is not bad. I prefer the green mode to have 1 battery at a time. So it's just, I don't know if it's superstition or whatever, but that's the difference between blue and green. Green will charge up the highest charged battery at the time, and blue will charge up all 4, or parallel charging together, um, starting with the lowest until it reaches the second lowest, and so forth. So I hope you guys caught that. That expensive camera should have come with an optical zoom. Are you talking about the dual, the $9,000 camera? Yeah, I mean, or you mean just the 6K? Because the dual is like 9 grand. This one is a $2,500, and I think the other one is like what, $1,500, the 8K. So I mean, there's also they come with zoom. I mean, Paradigm Alpha is a $600 drone, and they did it. So I don't see why this one couldn't have. The thing about bigger cameras and more expensive and better bodies and all that stuff, I think they always should include what other brands already have and just add on to be better to justify that price. That's just my opinion. Alien Tech has a power antenna that is yes, I've seen the Alien Tech one and I even seen the Four Hawks, I think it is. I'm not quite sure if I would be able to do it. I mean, I'm not dumb, so I probably would be able to figure it out how to hook it up. It looks really impressive. The only bad part about that is once you have your Four Hawks and stuff on this, you always gotta unscrew that big antenna plate in the front because otherwise it's not gonna fit in my GPC case. And I love my GPC case. One thing you have to ask yourself is why are the arms square versus round aerodynamic? Yeah, that too. And well, I think it has to do with stabilization and stability. So if they're round, yeah, cylinder type. I don't know. Maybe. Um, Aerodynamic wise, this thing is more like a bus, anyways. But it's pretty solid. So I think the flight. I mean, my brother was dull enough to just hold one of those leaf blowers against it to just try it out, and it wouldn't budge. It wouldn't go anywhere. No matter how close he would come, it would just always redirect and do its thing. It's gonna come in another video too where we try that out. So why do people want a second controller for a second flyer who can fly with you simultaneously? I think they're just asking for a different controller because they're kind of over this one because this is the EVO 1 controller. So if you bring out a brand new generation of drone, why don't you change the controller to something better? I guess that would be one thing. Why? Uh, I'd like to see like a smart controller that would be able to control um the EVO 1, the EVO 2, and other drones just to, just for the hell of it, like a universal controller that is really good. That would be awesome. Oh wait, this one wasn't charged yet. I don't know. One controller with the alien tech and then a normal one. Yeah, but well, you have a lot of room in the bottom. I don't know. You guys have seen the GPC case in here. You have there's like choke room in the bottom. Like you take this second pad off. Can you take this? I never tried to take out the second pad. Oh yeah. So just kind of they glued it in the bottom, I guess, or pinned it. Oh yeah, there's clips in the bottom. So, anyways, there's a lot of room, and I put like usually my these ones are like my screws and stuff. And I put some extra propellers in here that I sometimes have in here too. Then I have a lens cleaner and my registration card for my drone and the controller and all that stuff with all the numbers. Um, but yeah, I mean, yeah, you could put a second controller if the second controller wouldn't be as big. You probably could put it in there. That would be pretty cool. They need to come out with an optical zoom only camera. Optical, I know, versus digital, right? That's so much better. I don't know if people really understand the difference. Sometimes when I talk to them, oh yeah, this thing can zoom 30 times 30. Yeah, dude, it's 30 times digital, so it's gonna be pixelated like you threw tomatoes at a screen, you know? And then they don't understand the difference between optical and digital zoom, but optical would be great. But I think that's why we have like drones like the Inspire and stuff, which is like the upper price class. I guess that's what technology is all about because this is for like recreational flyers that just want to have a beautiful view too. So it's understandable, you know what I mean? Because technically, seen optical wise, lens wise, some of my lenses cost as much as this drone, and that's crazy. You know what I mean? Did you ever try recording quality at 1080p, video staggering badly for some reason? Yours is staggering. Mine's is not staggering. I tried it because I did 120 FPS just for the hell of it, and I followed my dog. I actually chased my dog, and she ran, and I got some pretty good footage. I'm not a big fan of 1080p though because I do a lot of editing on that stuff, and if you render in 4K, you're gonna be able to tell the difference between 1080p and 4K recorded. The 120 is pretty much like for slow motion stuff, which is pretty good if you have, let's say you are staged at a half pipe and you fly it up to a certain point as high as the skateboarders can get, but it's close. So now that recorded with 120 coming up, whew, bingo, that's a money shot right there. The same thing with motocross. If you know that there's somebody gonna jump a ramp and he's gonna jump through your screen, and you back off a little bit, and you know this is pretty much the height that he's gonna come with, or you want to catch him, and I mean, possibilities are endless as long as you have the connections, the permissions, and the skills to execute it. I mean, 1080p, I don't have no problems with it. It's great. Also sat down and talked over coffee about an hour. It was raining today. It will be raining here in a few days, Julio. I'm telling you that. I'm telling you that. How good in screen quality on remote control? Is it worth to fly without mobile device? You can fly without mobile device. I actually do sometimes because I'm lazy. I don't want to clip it in there, or I'm on the phone, or I want to film something else with my phone. It is possible to see good as long as the sun is not directly on it. Let's see. Maybe I can. I cannot because I cannot stream it from here, but it is pretty much just having like one of those old flip phones. The quality of the screen itself is good. Like in comparison to your cell phone, it's gonna do the same thing. It's just it's gonna be, where's my cell phone? Probably left it outside because I hate when people call me during this live stream stuff. But a cell phone is usually the same size as this pocket light. Yeah, pretty much the same. So usually you have a cell phone up here, and I don't know if you can see it, but this is like the difference. Let me see if I don't have that. There you go. So this is the size of the screen itself. My screen is dirty. This is not good. I'm a clean freak, guys. Like my equipment and stuff, I'm a clean freak. I don't even know why it looks like that. I think it's just because I just touched it like this. So let's see. There you can see this is the size of the screen, and this would be the size of a cell phone. So that's pretty much the only difference. The quality wise, they're pretty much similar. Like, if you want to fly it without, you can. It's not a problem. The only bad part is it seems to be having issues to execute other um like programmable flight modes. So and it's harder to scroll through the menu than just doing it real quick on a touch screen because this is not a touch screen. The advantage of the platform is the interchangeable camera, so an optical zoom option would be great. True, you have a point there, but you know how that goes. That camera going to be probably about 4 grand. I went in for a shot of lightning storms, right? There's so much potential for that kind of stuff. Without a mobile phone, why not get your flight logs? So between if you have an accident, yeah, that's another thing. That's a good point, Ken. That's a really good point. There's not going to be any flight logs. I'm not quite sure if there is a log file on the SD card. I think sometimes there is like a log file on the SD card and you can sort of reason. I never had to, so I never really bothered about it. I used the flight logs that was in my cell phone and I gave it to them, which is kind of boss up anyways, because mine one does not show the Google Maps. It shows pretty much where I'm at. It shows the direction, it shows the lines and all that stuff, but it does not show, you know, when you click on your Google Maps and you see like either the street names or you see the satellite stuff, and it doesn't do that for me. It shows my island, just like the island that I get in the background. Oops, wrong way. This island right here in the background, right there, that big one in the bottom, above my left elbow. So it shows that island as a surrounding area, but everything else is dark green. And sometimes when I look at it, it's back in China. Like the Chinese part has all the mapping and stuff, but everything is written in China. Any giving more field of view. That's why I wanted to try. Yeah, I tried it because of the 120. The 2.6, the 2.7 or 2.6K is pretty good in 120. That's really usable to upscale to 4K. And sometimes people cannot tell the difference. If they don't add them, why make the interchangeable camera? Yeah, true, true. Ken that I post for a picture. Great guy. Definitely. Hey, if I ever come across Ken, I definitely gonna take a picture, and I'm gonna have him sign a shirt. Probably not bought from him because he doesn't sell anything in my size, but definitely. So, do you guys have any other questions? Pretty much, this was a lot of questions. This was already like 40 minutes of questions. How do you find out what is going on in here? Participants. This is participants. Yeah. So we get Kamha Garrity. We have Hot Rod, Julio, and Tiom Cam. Okay. So you four guys are the last survivors. And Ken Steele. Ken Steele is here. Yes. So yeah, let me know if you guys have any other questions. Yes, that's true. Have you thought about mounting a crystal sky? I have thought about it, but I have thrown that thought out because crystal sky seems in my eyes an unnecessary, how can I say it, an unnecessary expense on top of a $2,500 drone to drop another $500 together plus the amount that you gotta buy for it. Which would pretty much be like the Four Hawks or the Alien Tech antenna holder and all that stuff. I seen good things about it. I've heard good things about it, but as an alternative, technically seen, if you buy for $20 a shade for your phone that is clip on, you can clip it onto it. It does the same thing, dude. Except for that, of course, you're gonna have further range. Did I look into it? Yes. Do I find it feasible? Not really, because it's gonna be, like I say, between $500 and $700 extra on top of the drone already. So you're running around with a $3,200 case. Uh, that be stolen. I'll be divorced. I'll be homeless. I'll be everything. I was able to set a way to pass controller image to a monitor. Wow. Thank you. Oh, you're welcome. Thank you so much for coming by. I appreciate it. A wireless setup. A wireless setup for this? All right. Yeah, you have a nice day too, Theo. Um, there have been things that I have been looking into. The thing is though, because this setup in itself is so expensive already, I do not intend to entice people to purchase more expensive equipment to it because there's a lot of people out there that cannot afford this kind of stuff. A few dedicated people like you probably going to be able to reroute and outsource money from somewhere else to buy this stuff, but a lot of people are not. So I try to help them out by finding solutions in the cheaper version. Plus, I don't encourage them to go too far because if you tell them, "Hey, go buy that Four Hawks or the Alien Tech antenna thing," and they keep going on a rampage and they fly out because they're so excited about it, and they said, "Oh, 808 state, this is so great. I can fly now 4 miles." Yeah, you also have to walk 4 miles to get the damn thing back, or you won't find it back at all. And it's technically seen against regulation if you are by yourself to pretty much like, you know what I mean? Like it's gonna be hard to explain to the people that, hey, I told you about it. Yeah, it's a great range extender, but I should have told you that you need to keep line of sight or you need to have an observer. So, but yeah, um, I do want a better range thing or more like a stronger signal, I think. So that's why I like I said, I bought all these cheap accessories and I made a video for I'm making a video for it right now, which includes like stick protectors and like that clip that goes around the drone itself during flight to mount stuff on the top without affecting the sensors. The clip that goes around the drone to hold the blades into place, which I'm not a big fan of, and I'm going to explain to you guys in that video why. And there's multiple other small things, but things that are affordable. They cost like $20 here, $30 there. Things that you can add on to make it a little bit more tricked out. You know how like they get the cheaper, like the chrome hubcaps from Walmart. I have 90-foot pine trees around my so lots of interference. Yeah, I have about 150 footers albizia trees around here. Sometimes I have like volcano stuff in between or mountains and all that stuff. I have a lot of interference. Plus, we have so many. I don't know how Hawaii has so many power lines. It's crazy. It's like we have so many telephone poles and power lines. It's not even funny anymore. So you really, really have to be careful on where you want to fly, what you want to do. And then we get those wind shears popping out of nowhere. So they come like all of a sudden like 30 miles an hour, and you're like, pooh, and you're like looking at your drone. Where's my drone going? And it's really weird. Like, I mean, that's why I said if the company wants to send me something, send it to me. I'll test the hell of it out of it. As long as I don't have to pay for it, I'll do anything with that damn thing. Now that I have to pay for it, oh dear, there's looking forward to the next one. Thank you. Take care. Be safe. Yeah, you too, bro. Take it easy. I'll text you or email. $45. Yeah, sure. Just email it to me. My email is 808-state@life.com. It's also in my description for business inquiries or whatever inquiries. You can just click on it on my profile, and it's gonna have the email at the bottom. Yeah, definitely about the setup. That wireless setup. Hey, sure. If there's something that people want to send me, I had so much response from so many people whenever I make my videos, and it's really great, and I really love it, and it inspires me more and more. I actually got, I think, my first dislike on my best drone of 2020 video. So it survived 108 people that liked it, and it finally had one person last night that would click down thumbs, and I was like, yes, my first badge of honor. Great session. Thanks for hosting. Looking forward. Yes, me too. Looking forward to the next time, Ken. If you guys don't have any other more questions, then I'll say we'll wrap this up. We answered pretty much all the questions that we could, and we had concurrent viewers at some point. We had 12, man. That's crazy. That's great. That's my first official stream. Took me a while to figure it out because for some reason I didn't know that there was a manage button for all these streams that I set up. And I'm probably going to look into this whole OBS or OSB. What is this studio called? OBS. So I'm going to look at this whole OBS thing and see how it works out. Um, until then, I would say you guys take it easy. God bless you all. And I hope I'll survive this weekend. And then I'll be back with a new video pretty soon that I'm going to be uploading. And I appreciate you all. You take it easy. Hello, everybody.